Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to talk about rhyming. We're specifically going to be looking at how we can use rhyme to actually group similar ideas in our lyrics. So there are actually a lot of different ways that we can use rhyme as a strategy to enhance what our lyrics mean, and in this video I want to show you how you can use rhyme to group similar ideas within your lyrics. So if we back up for a second, we can think that above all else, rhyme is really a sonic connector. That's what lets us use it as a tool in songwriting. So for example, the word mounds is very closely related to the word pounds because they both have the same vowel sound and the same consonant sound after the vowel sound. So the only thing that's different is the consonant sound before the vowel. So that makes them perfect rhymes. So it connects them to each other when we hear one and then the other. And as you probably know, an AABB rhyme scheme means the first two lines of the lyric, or the A lines, rhyme with each other, while the second two lines of the lyric, the B lines, also rhyme with each other on a different rhyme. And then on the other hand, in an XAXA rhyme scheme, the first and third lines, those X lines, don't rhyme, but the second and fourth lines do. Those are the A lines, so XAXA. And you probably don't normally give these rhyme schemes too much thought when you see one or when you're writing one. But the rhyme scheme that you choose can actually make a difference in how your song is presented. So with that in mind, it makes sense to use rhyming to link similar ideas in your lyrics. So we'll look at a couple of examples so that you can see what I mean. So one thing that you can do is you can use rhyme for one idea. So we'll look at part of a lyric using an XAXA rhyme scheme. This is from the song Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic by The Police. Okay, so the lines that we're going to be looking at are this part here. I resolve to call her up 1,000 times a day, ask her if she'll marry me in some old-fashioned way. So you can see that this is an XAXA rhyme scheme because up and me, which are the X lines, don't rhyme, and then day and way, which are the A rhymes, do. Okay, so in an XAXA rhyme scheme like this, it makes sense for this lyric. Because the rhyme scheme doesn't close itself until after that last line. Actually, an ABAB rhyme scheme kind of works in the same way. The only difference is, the first and third lines do rhyme in an ABAB rhyme scheme. But with a rhyme scheme like this, you just don't feel resolution until you hear the last line that rhymes with the second. So you can see with these four lines, if you look at them, you'll see that you don't feel that resolution until you get to the fourth line. If you stop at the third, you just really want to move forward to the last one. And as a result, all four of these lines work together to make these lyrics feel like one section. So if I just said, I resolve to call her up 1,000 times a day, ask her if she'll marry me, there's just so much tension, you just want to get to that last line to complete it. You know that rhyme is coming and you want to hear it, and it rounds out that whole section. And it's for that reason that this rhyme scheme works for these four lines of lyric, because these four lines of lyric are all contributing to one main idea. The idea is that the narrator is calling up a girl, right? And all four lines are contributing to that notion. If you deleted the first two lines and just read the last two, then this lyric doesn't make sense. Ask her if she'll marry me in some old-fashioned way. What is that in the context of? So all four of these lines are working together, and so the rhymes make sure that the whole section works as a complete section. It's not blocked off in any way. Now another thing we can do is we can use rhyme for two different ideas. So we'll take a look at another song here with an AABB rhyme scheme. So we'll look at Heartbreak Warfare by John Mayer, and we'll be looking at the opening four lines. So I should start by noting that the rhymes that John Mayer uses here aren't perfect rhymes, they're imperfect rhymes. But ignore that for now because we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But first thing I want you to take note of is how you feel like you can stop after the first two lines and still feel fulfilled. So lightning strike inside my chest to keep me up at night. So you can stop reading because with a rhyme, you don't feel the need to move forward. and the completion of that rhyme allows you to kind of take a break. And you can compare that to the first two lines of that Police song, which were, "I resolve to call her up 1,000 times a day." So since there was no rhyme there, you want to keep, rolling forward. So eventually, you end up feeling resolution with that fourth line of the Police song, but you can't just stop at those first two. So how does this relate back to the actual lyrics? Well, it allows you to store separate lyrical thoughts in different rhymes. So in John Mayer's lyrics, these two lines and rhymes are basically part of the same thought. Lightning strike inside my chest to keep me up at night. So they talk about, lightning striking his chest, and then the next two lines compose a separate thought. Dream of ways to make you understand my pain. So there you have the ways and pain rhyme. And again, not a perfect rhyme, but that's okay. So all four lines are related, but the first two can easily stand out on their own when separate from the last two and the other way around. So those two separate thoughts are basically sectioned off using rhyme. And the first two lines are grouped together with that A rhyme. And that, that first thought and the first two rhymes are grouped together. So when that rhyme is complete, then you can stop and move on to a separate thought with the next two lines that share the B rhyme, ways and pain. So all four of the lines that are in the Police song are part of the same thought. So, this all makes sense that they don't close as a rhyme into the last line. The intent of the rhyme scheme matches the lyrical idea in both of these cases. Okay, so I also mentioned that we don't have perfect rhymes in this John Mayer lyric. We have imperfect rhymes. So the rhymes used here are imperfect because the vowel sounds are the same, but the consonants that happen after those vowel sounds are different. Strike and night and pain and ways. So those vowels are enough to hold the sounds together, but it's not as rigid as it would have been if they were perfect rhymes. Perfect rhymes would have the same consonant sounds after the vowel, like we saw in mounds and pounds that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But imperfect rhymes do make sense for this lyric because this lyric is about pain. So why provide a complete and resolved feeling with this accompanying resolved perfect rhyme? Because perfect rhymes comfort you. But by using an imperfect rhyme, you're left with a little bit of longing, which actually helps tie into what these lyrics are saying. And while what we saw earlier was a way to tie the rhyme scheme into what your words mean, now with this imperfect rhyme, instead of a perfect rhyme, you're seeing how to tie the rhyme type into what your words mean. So going back to rhyme schemes, you can also think about this concept in bigger pictures too. So let's say you had lyrics with 8 lines that had a rhyme scheme that was A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. So in that case, it would make sense to have the first 4 lines talk about one idea, while the next 4 lines discuss a different idea, but still related, And on the other hand, you might have 8 rhymes that are A, B, B, C, C, D, D, and in that case, you might be using 4 smaller ideas within those 8 lines. So I think when you think about grouping rhymes in this way, it can help you section off your lyrics appropriately to contain ideas in the way that will best contain or best convey meaning for your listening. Okay, so hopefully that information helped you out. If you're looking for a lot more ways to improve your lyric writing, I've got a couple of free cheat sheets that you can download by tapping on the screen here. And if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel to stay updated on our latest songwriting videos, you can tap our logo on the screen for that. And I'll also have links for that stuff below this video. So thank you for checking this one out, and I'll talk to you in the next one.